The Grand Assembly Hall of the Galactic Council was a marvel of interstellar engineering. Its walls shimmered with iridescent alloys that shifted colors depending on the angle of light, and its ceiling projected a live holographic feed of the cosmos beyond. The air buzzed with tension as delegates from across the galaxy gathered for what many hoped would be humanity's final attempt at diplomacy. For centuries, humanity had been an enigma to the galactic community. They were latecomers to spacefaring, civilization, primitive by comparison when they first emerged, but their rapid technological advancement unnerved even the oldest empires. Their ships could traverse star systems faster than any other species' warp drives. Their AI constructs rivaled organic minds in complexity, and their sheer adaptability made them unpredictable allies or formidable foes. Today, however, humanity wasn't here to negotiate alliances or trade agreements. They were here to announce their departure. At the center of the chamber stood Ambassador Elias Voss, clad in the sleek black and silver uniform of Earth's United Stellar Federation. His presence commanded attention, though his expression remained stoic. Behind him floated a translucent projection of Sol System, a reminder of where humanity had come from and where they intended to go. Esteemed members of the Galactic Council, Voss began, his voice calm but resonant. Today marks not only the end of our diplomatic engagement, but also the beginning of humanity's next chapter. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Some leaned forward in anticipation. Others exchanged wary glances. The Zorathians, insectoid beings known for their hive-mind mentality, clicked their mandibles in disapproval. The aquatic Kaelari shifted, uncomfortably in their water-filled pods, while the avian Zitharii ruffled their feathers in agitation. Voss continued, unfazed. For decades, we have sought common ground with you all. We have shared knowledge, resources, and culture. Yet time and again we find ourselves met with suspicion, hostility, or outright exploitation. Humanity is no stranger to adversity. We thrive under it. But patience has its limits. He paused, letting his words sink in before delivering the blow. Effective immediately, humanity will withdraw from all galactic affairs. Our fleets are returning to Earth. Our colonies are being dismantled. Our embassies will close. From this day forward, humanity will focus solely on itself and leave the stars to those who wish to remain among them. The room erupted into chaos. Delegates shouted questions, accusations, and pleas. How could humanity abandon the galaxy? What about the treaties, the trade routes, the shared technologies? But Voss raised a hand, silencing the cacophony. "You misunderstand," he said softly, almost pityingly. "We are not abandoning anything. We are simply choosing a different path, one that does not require your approval or participation. Perhaps one day, when you are ready to treat us as equals rather than curiosities or threats, we may meet again." With that, the ambassador turned and walked away, his projection fading into nothingness. The council chamber fell silent, save for the faint hum of machinery overhead. Hours later, deep within the void between stars, a fleet of human ships drifted silently. These vessels were unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Massive, sleek, and bristling with technology far beyond anything the council races possessed. At their core lay the Arcship Elysium, a self-sustaining, city-sized vessel designed to carry humanity's brightest minds, most advanced AI systems, and countless biological archives to a new home. On board the Elysium, Captain Leora Kane stood on the observation deck, gazing out at the endless expanse of stars. She felt a strange mix of pride and sorrow. Pride because humanity had achieved something unprecedented, the ability to leave behind everything they knew and forge a new destiny. Sorrow, because she wondered if they were making a mistake. "They won't forget us," said a voice beside her. It belonged to Dr. Aaron Patel. the ship's chief scientist, and one of the architects of humanity's exodus plan. No matter how far we go, the galaxy will remember what we've done. Leora glanced at him. Do you think they'll regret driving us away? Aaron chuckled bitterly. Regret implies accountability. Most of them still see us as upstarts who got lucky. But mark my words, the moment we're gone, they'll realize just how much they relied on us. As if on cue, alarms blared throughout the ship, red lights flashed, and the crew scrambled to their stations. Leora sprinted toward the bridge, her heart pounding. What now? When she arrived, the main view screen displayed a chilling sight. Dozens of alien warships emerging from hyperspace, their weapons trained on the human fleet. Among them flew banners representing nearly every major faction of the Galactic Council. They followed us, whispered Commander Ria Torres, her fingers flying over the tactical console. They're demanding we surrender. Leora clenched, her fists. Not happening, the comms officer patched through the incoming transmission. On screen appeared Chancellor Threx of the Zorathian Dominion, his chitinous face twisted into a sneer. Humanity cannot leave, he declared. Your technology, your resources, they belong to the galaxy. You have no right to hoard them. Leora stepped forward, her tone icy. And you have no right to take them. This is our choice, Chancellor. Stand down or face the consequences. Threx hesitated, perhaps surprised by her defiance. Then he laughed, a harsh, grating sound. You think you can fight all of us? Your arrogance knows no bounds. Before Leora could respond, Aaron leaned over and whispered urgently, Captain, prepare the Genesis Array. Her eyes widened. The Genesis Array was humanity's ultimate failsafe, a weapon so powerful it could reshape entire star systems. Activating it would mean crossing a line there was no coming back from. Are you sure? She asked quietly. We don't have a choice, Aaron replied grimly. If they want to fight, we'll give them one they'll never forget. Leora nodded and turned back to the screen. Chancellor Threx, consider this your final warning. Withdraw your forces or we will defend ourselves. For a moment, there was silence. Then Threx snarled, Fire at will! The battle erupted instantly. Plasma bolts and laser beams streaked across the void, lighting up the darkness like fireworks. Despite being outnumbered, the human fleet held its own, thanks to superior tactics and cutting-edge defenses. But the enemy kept coming, relentless and unyielding. Finally, Leora gave the order. Activate the Genesis Array. The Elysium shuddered as the array powered up, emitting a low hum that resonated through every deck. Outside, a massive energy field expanded outward, engulfing both the human fleet and the attacking forces. For a brief moment, everything froze. Then reality itself seemed to unravel. When the light faded, the alien ships were gone. In their place floated debris and stunned survivors, their weapons rendered useless. The Genesis Array hadn't destroyed them. It had neutralized their technology, leaving them stranded in the void. Back on the bridge, the crew stared at the aftermath in stunned silence. Leora sank into her chair, exhausted but resolute. Set course for the Andromeda Galaxy, she ordered. Maximum speed. As the Elysium leapt into hyperspace, leaving the Milky Way behind, a ripple of unease spread across the galaxy. Worlds trembled. Leaders whispered of omens. And somewhere deep in the void, the echoes of humanity's departure lingered like a ghost. The galaxy had tried to stop them, and failed. Now it would have to reckon with the consequences.